All right, we're live. What's up, guys? How's it going? Frederick's Caden Squid Chew. Hey, it's Chew Calvin. We still got your cards over here, Chew Calvin. Did you know that? All right. I don't remember what was going on. Wasn't it something like we were having trouble shipping you? It didn't like your address. Maybe I should try that all out again. But I just want you to know the cards are over here. Go ahead and grab this. Let's see. Showing off Friday Slabs. Let's see. We've got solo leveling is popular. New Final Fantasy tiers. Live Cardshop. Mr. Working Extra Hard. Yeah, we already got our 2 hours done on the other stream. Now we're back over here. Had a little 15-minute break in between. Okay. Let's go ahead and delete some of these emails. All right. Deleting all these. And Peter Fenalty. Hey, mister, I know shipping with insurance might be a pain. Just want to check if everything worked out with it and my slabs were added. End of the stream, you mentioned it wasn't working. I gotta sneeze. Let the allergies begin. Let the sniffling begin. Do not fear the darkness, friend, and let the feast begin. Oh my freaking God, dude. That's terrible, man. That hurts my sinuses so much. The sneezes are so violent. Whoa, it says we've been busy the last 7 days. According to PayPal, we've had a good 7 days. I'm going to refund Peter Fenalty a penny and leave him a message and tell him we are having trouble doing the insurance. All right. Khalil, no. Oh my gosh, dude. We start the stream out with a solid 5 sneezes in a row. What the fuck? All right. Very good. Okay. So I think we're good to go now. Boy, streaming on the other channel gave me a headache, man. I took a painkiller. It's that chair. It doesn't support my neck at all. So you sit there with 2 hours with your neck in a funny position. Not good. All right, good. Live action Tangled got put on pause because of Snow White. Oh, I wonder why. Did we know what the cast of Tangled was? Maybe they're like, we got to pick a new... Look at this. I got a little piece of candy. It's my birthday, so we got a little candy. We went to the movie theaters. We were partying, man. We watched Minecraft. I am Steve. It was horrible. Give me the slop. Refresh for the menu. Wow. No wonder everyone's fat. Reese's peanut butter cup is so good. All right. I say we make the candy companies pay an obesity tax. They should have a sin tax just like cigarettes. So it's Friday. Friday's payday for a lot of people. We got a lot of new product. We got a lot of new product on our shelves. Halo's still good. This is good. This is good. Journey Together. That's good. This is good. I sold a box of this last night. Tears of the Planet and Solo Leveling are for sale. Here it is. So those are pretty new. Okay. Refresh for the menu. You know what else is on pause? The Nintendo Switch 2 is delayed. Nintendo Switch 2 is delayed because of... So I'm going to open this case right here. This box, I mean. The Trump tariffs. China's the one who makes the console. Not Japan. China makes it. And then they ship it to us. And they will have to pay like some absolutely bonkers tariff to do that. Just the pre-orders are delayed? Okay, I got you. Still, I mean, that's significant, is that not? That means they're thinking about it. Scratch my eye. You know, if they're saying you can't buy them anymore, you can't pre-order for them anymore, that's significant. They might be thinking about a price change. Here we are. Okay. Friggin' China. Okay. Everyone's been talking about those tariffs, man. That's been the story. Tears of the Planet is a $5 booster. Switch 2 about to be 800. There it is. I was mentioning this in our other stream, the TheCardconomist channel stream. And I was saying the whole reason that these tariffs are in place is because I bet we're not allowed to sell Xboxes in China at a cheap price over there. They tariff the Xbox. Here it is. All right. That is the whole reason we're in these trade wars, because it wasn't America that initially tariffed everyone else. They all tariffed us first. Here's Omar Batui, 5 Stellar Crown, and that just became the normal thing, you know. So Stellar Crown is one of the fastest selling packs on our menu. I have to go look at a restock on Stellar Crown. I actually don't know if we have any Stellar Crown left after this. We might be sold out like right now. Stellar Crown. Oh yeah, we're sold out. We last ordered it at the beginning of February. All right, so Stellar Crown restock. All right, we're bringing in a restock on the Stellar Crown now. $111. There it is. Divided by... No, wait. Gotta do this math right. We do it live, and it's kind of dangerous to do it live. So it says we should want a price around $9.50. What do we currently charge on it? English. Stellar Crown. $8. Stellar Crown's moving from 8 to 9. Stellar Crown is now a $9 pack. And there we have it. Stellar Crown is now $9 per pack, a $1 difference. Not a significant change, but not a insignificant change either, you know. So more Stellar Crown is on the way. Why is Stellar Crown becoming so popular? There's an AR Squirtle and an AR Bulbasaur in this set, and both of those cards are amazing. Ready? Metatite Hydrapple. The Pokepot has made a change. The Pokepot is now 4 dice. You need 4 of a kind. Fletchling. I think that's where it's going to stay. I think it's going to be 4 of a kind. Here's Lilleep. Okay. Yeah, a nice little leap, huh? Grimmsnarl. Look at this. The centering on that's fantastic. So let me mention how much Stellar Crown I have left. We only have 3 packs of Stellar Crown left, and then it's sold out. Anyone who wants the last 3 packs, go for it. I'm going to go mark it as pre-sale. Yes, because there's only 3 packs left, so now it will be called pre-sale. All All right, we're hitting save on that. If you ever don't want your hollows, let me know. We'll take them and put them in the bulk pile. Mr. Omar. How are you guys today on this fine Friday? It's nice to see you. Happy Friday, everybody. The Hydrapple SIR is amazing, too. I pulled it. Oh, nice. I'm here. Bring out the lobster. All right, we're getting the lobster, everybody. Let's show off some cool slabs for sale on your Friday. You ready? Friday slabs. Snorlax. Nice. Torchic. Nice. Wick. That's a good price on Wick. Kuromi SSP. Pristine. Pichu. Kingdra. Really solid. This is 400. Claydol. 345. These are all ready for slab away, by the way. Rayquaza is special red price. Very high. Dratini. Topps first movie. Surprise Pikachu. Charizilla. Is that out of date now? The authentic film frame for $450. That video got a lot of views. People are very curious about this card. It could be underpriced. Gray Ninja. Pichu. All right. Light Togetic. The pristine Chansey coin. That's pretty good. That's the 1996 base set Chansey coin, pristine 10. That's pretty good. Gyarados, special off-center Gyarados is a rare off-center card. It's so off-center, the beginning of the next card is on the bottom. So we have an unusually off-center Gyarados. Not a lot like that. Checklist for a special off-center buyer. Shining Celebi. This price is on some of the older ones. Before you buy them, we'll need to update them, make sure they're up to date. Okay, so keep that in mind. If you buy a super high price item and it says $325, we'll need to check it because it's $425 now. Could have gone down, by the way. Darkrai, another Rayquaza. Kuromi Black Label. Black Labels are going to the moon. We've got Manectric. We've got Hypno. Lovely. What else we got? This Vulpix is for sale. Kyogre Pop 14 Emerald. Rocket Returns Zubat. Quips Umbreon. You could actually buy this if you make a good offer. Here's the Vulpix. Here is a Black Label Hello Kitty. So it costs 5 times the price of a pristine Hello Kitty. I think that's fair because you're not getting a Black Label every 5 cards. Here's the Lugia Rises, and here's Electivire. All right. This one's really good. Okay, there we go. Those are some Friday slabs for sale in case you had not seen those before. Mister, I'm a little off-center. Let's see. Last 3 Stellar. Let's see what's in them. All right, so Stellar Crown. Sold out. We have a restock coming in on Stellar Crown. A popular set. Let's take a look at the breaks in the channel, by the way. We got breaks. People love breaks. They give you a chance, an RNG chance for a slab rather than a raw card. So you could open booster packs and go for the raw card. You could open my custom booster packs and go straight to a 10. The mega break is up by 1. But look at that. That's going to be the chase break right there with the big swirl above his wing. That's rare. You don't get the swirls on every slab. Here's Meganium. Of course, he's a special high price as a result. Meganium. It's a Black Label Meganium. Jump into that Meganium. You're going to miss out on that one. Here's our current battle is Weedle. We hosted yet another battle last night. Finished. Weedle 10. Pokemon Stadium. Very cute. Okay, so there you have it. We also have, additionally, Glory of Team Rocket box battle. We get closer to this. This price was dictated or decided before the tariffs. You might want to get in here because I might change it to 1.9 to account for the tariff. All right, so consider that. Here's Fossil Sublist, Mega Sublist. It's already started. Elizabeth is in there. XY Fates Collide. Box break. Nobody has bought a single pack. You know, when a box is really expensive, it's hard to be the first one to jump in there because it's like, how long before this thing goes off? That's why I stopped offering those, by the way. Here's Astro Radiance, a box battle. Nobody in the box battles. All right. There we have it. Let's get started. How much is Silver Tempest? No price on the document. That's because it's not for sale. All right, here it is. We've got Andrew Mercer, Japanese Flaming, Ho-Oh Packs, LOL, and hey, sorry to bug you again. Any word on my packages on what's the next step? All right, so Andrew, you're saying you have not received it and I have not received it. Is that right? All right, we have to have a solution to this one. Let's go ahead and find out where we accidentally shipped it. Oh, I must have already deleted the old address. Andrew Mercer, send me a message or an email with the old address. I'm going to write a letter to them and try to get them to forward the products, okay? All right. What are the laws on keeping product that was accidentally shipped to you in the USA? Yeah, I'll contact them. Howdy, mister. Work was great. I enjoy being productive better than my last desk job. Nice, dude. Yeah, we'll go ahead and send them a letter next. I'm going to send them a letter offering them a reward to return the product because that's the next step. You're sure someone lives there, right? Andrew Mercer. So here is our Ho-Oh packs. 2, 3. Ready? Also, Andrew, in the email, it would be helpful if you kind of told me exactly what the high-stakes items in the package was. Like, what are the valuable items? Here's Lapras, so I can keep track of it. Cold. Hey, just saw your penny message about insurance. So, for whatever reason, I can't add insurance to your package. What would you like to do next? What I could do is instead of insurance, I could add on some rules like signature delivery, the signature delivery with adult only, signature delivery with ID. I can also choose to have the package delivered to the post office and it won't leave the post, it'll be there, it won't be delivered to your door. So those are some other options, to have it delivered to your post office rather than to your door, to have it delivered to your door with signature confirmation. But it won't allow me to add insurance. That also means you're entitled to some of that money back, but it also depends on which of the options you choose, because some of those cost money. There we go. Very nice. Okay. Omar, last 3 Stellars. Here it is. The Stellar Crown is sold out, everybody. Unless I have some hidden somewhere. If you guys want, I can do a quick search around for some more Stellar Crown. I might have a box somewhere. PSA grading should be quicker now that they put a pause on international grading. You know what? Beckett put out a statement saying they're not pausing. They said as long as you're willing to pay the tariff, that they're open for business. Here's Lapras. I think that's the right move, to be honest, because let's say you're sending in a $100 order with a bunch of cheap cards in it that you want to potentially flip into black labels. Well, you pay a $25 tax, and it's only $125 at that point. And then if 1 or 2 of those cards turns black label, it's still a huge profit. So shutting down completely for PSA, I don't think that makes sense. I think PSA should have put out a statement, look out for those tariffs. Here it is, Mr. Omar. Maybe they were scared of having to deal with like customers that didn't know about the new rule. I'm camping my GameStop for Switch 2 pre-order on Wednesday. Really? Will that be necessary? All right, there you go. Fernando Nunez, 10 solo leveling. Solo leveling has been selling like hotcakes. We sold like 12 boxes of this last night. 10 packs in a box, $6 per pack, $60 a box. Squid hasn't seen the news. Yeah. Squid, they are delaying pre-orders because of the tariffs. No! I wonder if signature would be better than post office pickup. That's what I'm letting you pick. So we can have it be signature confirmation, adult signature confirmation, and ID signature confirmation. One of those three. This is cheapest. This is the mama bear. This is papa bear. Right? Cheapest. Adult signature costs a little more. ID signature costs the most for some reason. I don't know why. But they do that to make sure they deliver it exactly to you. So that's the next best thing versus insurance, in my opinion. There it is. Snipping this. PSA will put more upcharges on cards to even out the loss of international orders. Here we are. If demand is falling, you would not raise prices. That is false. You would actually lower your prices to increase the demand to justify your workforce. So the idea of falling demand and raising prices, I don't really think that would happen. You are? All right, here goes. Oh, yeah, S rank. All right. Okay, we've got this guy. Go Gun-hee. So what we have learned about solo leveling is there are some really expensive cards in here, but they're hard to pull. So you're hoping for a signature to pop out, guys, out of these 10 packs. But they don't pop out super often. I think regular signature should be fine. My neighbors, I trust the USPS people not as much. So it's actual USPS you don't trust. You don't trust USPS themselves. There it is. All right. There's a little bad guy. All right. All right. That's just a cold pack, to be honest. Okay, solo leveling. Solo leveling. It's been selling faster than most sets on my stream right now. This seems to be the thing to open. Many small business owners have contracts in place with international distribution where they aren't allowed to change price due to tariff hikes, so they are effed right now. I'm seeing crazy. Here it is. All right. Tossing this out. Putting this in a sleeve. PSA not accepting subs from other countries. Thank you, Mr. President Trump. Here we are. Very good. Ooh. Very nice. I actually bought some stock today. So the stock market fell 2 days in a row, and I actually bought some stock. It's also a Friday. That was the other reason I bought it, because I know the stock market does tend to dip more on a Friday and then recover a little bit on a Monday. Fernando, you're going to have a bag. Do you already have a bag? I think you're over here. Aha. All right. What are you buying? I bought the S&P 500. Yeah, I bought the S&P 500. I didn't buy a lot. I bought about $3,000 of the S&P 500. That's a pretty small purchase, actually. But we're going to watch and see what happens next, and I may increase that amount later. Oh, my eye is itchy. Oh. Don't they have a Japanese office they're getting substitute? Yes, that's what they said. They said they'll continue grading with Japan. Okay. I'm going to jump over here. Here's Alex Silva. Hey, mister, may I have 10 Final Fantasy Tears of the Planet? Yes, sir. 10 Final Fantasy Tears of the Planet. You would like me to improve the name on your bag because it was Alex Silver. Yeah, we could do that. There's 9. And here is a 10. TCC's plans to release an announcement in regards to Trump. Amazing news. What are you saying? All right, let's see. Getting ready for another Black Monday. Finland just launched a surprise attack on northern Russia. No, they didn't. All right. Oh, my God. Very nice. A lot of gold guys expected all this stuff to happen, by the way. They were talking about how America financially is in decline. They're the current world superpower. They're in the #1 spot. They got a world reserve currency. They got a lot of bullying. They've got a lot of influence. And as they're losing their position slowly to China, when it gets really close, everyone was saying there would be a war. They're like, that'll trigger a war to change the outcome. And so that's why the gold guys are running to the hill to the gold. They're like, we need gold. Because that's what you do. You buy gold in the uncertainty. Here's Soldier Candidate. I like this Uno. Okay, here's Abzu. So I've been listening to gold guys say that for a long time. They were talking about how many fake jobs were in the American economy. Jobs that are basically like DoorDash jobs. They're like, nobody's living a good life on DoorDash. You can't tax people who work for DoorDash because they make no money. So you can claim that there's a lot of jobs added to the economy, but they're bad jobs. They're talking about how there are a lot of government jobs that don't count because it's just jobs that don't produce anything. They just get taxed. Whoa, Barbaricia. Looks like a little Siggy over there, huh? How does that work? That's nice. All right, Alex Silva, congratulations. The gold guys were talking about how, you know, everything's in a all the assets are in a bubble based on the government just not allowing a recession to occur, not allowing it. Constantly handing out stimulus to companies during COVID and stuff like that. They don't want to collapse during COVID, even though there should be one. So they're all saying, yeah, we're buying gold. Okay, here's the bag with Alex Silver. Should say Alex Silva. All right. I still do not have any gold. I got one nice gold coin. That's what I got. I got one nice gold coin. And I have been tempted to buy gold over and over, but I just don't want it, dude. I want Pokemon. That's it. It is. All right. As cool as gold is, the speculative asset Pokemon continues to just skyrocket, and I'm pretty good with that. If I didn't know a thing about Pokemon, I probably would have bought gold. It is. I was always fascinated by gold. All right. Here's Andrew. Okay, Andrew shared that address. Thank you, Andrew. So, okay, but you shared that email too. Could you use my credit for the Dragonite break? Yes, I certainly could. All right. Okay. Here it is. Yes, the gold guys are saying we're heading toward unstable times as America loses its position as the world superpower. The last thing America will do is it will begin a war to make sure it can't lose its position. All right. I guess the trade war counts as a war, doesn't it? It's like a different kind of war. It's economic. Alex says he'll take a hidden Chinese face. It's all very fascinating to me. It is. If you like Roaring Moon, then I'd say Ancient Roar, but the best Roaring Moon card isn't even in Ancient Roar. Wait, what? All right, good luck, Alex. Who wants to put a card in the Pokepod? Anybody? Alex pulling Porygon. IZELLE 26 for insurance. How much would I get back? Yes, you would be getting some of that back if we went with a a signature confirmation. I think signature confirmation is relatively cheap. Let me take a quick look into that, Mr. Peter. So I think what we can do for you, Peter, is, let's see. You have some expensive slabs, isn't that right? Tracking, click. So it's just $4 for signature confirmation. Not bad at all. And the shipping type we can use is flat rate large box. That's like $26, so that's pretty good. You know, the flat rate large box, I think, does come with a little bit of insurance by default, right? Doesn't it? Priority mail flat rate large box insurance. Well, it's just $100, so it's not really meaningful. All right. Yes, so you get a, by default, $100 of insurance. I guess that's not much. Those odds of 4 of a kind dice roll are stupendous. I think that 3 of a kind has proven to be too easy. Right? We know it's too easy because we've easily rolled it like 4 times now or 3 times, whatever it's been. Keep the 22. I'll send the difference for the break as well. So keep the 22. So you're going to use the 22. I got you. Okay. We are now printing your label. It is a signature confirmation label. Bro, you have so many cards. What's up, Kendall Haas? Yaz. Mr. Tariff the dice. Mr. Touched it. That's right. Get that Arith. There it is. That is one pricey label, but you're getting nice priority mail, large flat rate, which will go out on Monday. We also got some of Sven's shipping done. However, with Sven, I only shipped out some of his slabs. There it is. That's part of our strategy of getting those slabs over the border. He's going to get another shipment later. I have to go put this on the shelf. It's Mister's birthday weekend. Yeah, I guess you could say that. Why not? I'm still celebrating. Karis and I are probably still going to celebrate because we didn't really do much the last 2 days. We're too busy. Maybe I'll take Saturday off. Who knows? We don't have any special sets releasing on Saturday, so it's a good Saturday for a day off. Eric says, for one base set Scarlet, you got it, Eric. Here it is. All right. Very nice. Not bad. Picking up an Arvin on one pack, but what is Arvin worth? He's not a girl. How have the tariffs affected international buyers? Well, it shouldn't affect buyers from like, yeah, if you're like in Canada or in UK or Germany or whatever, it shouldn't affect you at all because you're buying cards within America. So then I just ship them to you and you just pay the usual tariff that your country put onto America a long time ago. So you guys just pay the normal tariff that you always had on us, which is what triggered Trump to do what he did. He said, I don't like that anymore. We are. If we're allies, we should all drop our tariffs at the same time. Everyone should just be no tariffs. But it's interesting because it's more than tariffs, apparently. It's rules that say, well, you just can't sell that here. So there's a lot of ways that they will block a product from coming into their country. Let's see. I was reading about that. Let's see. Europe does a lot of taxation. Eric Rodriguez. Europe does a lot of taxation, and they do a lot of economic protectionism. But then if we do it, it's bad. It's very, very hypocritical. And I think that the Trump administration knew people would realize that. Nobody really likes the tariffs, though. Here it is. It's like a game of chicken, isn't it? It's like a game of chicken. Who will give up first? But it's interesting because the person who probably ought to give up first is whoever's going to lose the most money. I don't think it's going to be the U.S. losing the most money. Most of the stuff we buy from overseas is just mold-injected plastic garbage, right? And we're not going to, our lives aren't going to be destroyed without plastic. Here it is. Ooh. And we have such a large, diverse country with such a giant number of people and such a good capacity for technology and investment and a broad variety of terrain. We actually can produce much of the things we need. Let's see. Buy the dip. I figured it out. You already refunded me on that Snorlax Slab away. Ta-da! Jack Gray 2, Pokey Shuffles 2, Sneaker Bunkos. 2 Sneaker Bunkos. All right. Oops, here we are. 2 Pokey Shuffles coming right up. You can take Dave Morris off the Slab away list. Dave Morris to come off the Slab away list. I gotta sneeze. Ta-da! 2 cold ones. We're going to do that right now, Mr. David Morris. The S&P is on sale. Let's see. Slab away. Removing that. Very nice. All right, cool. Mystery solved. Oh, yeah, we were in the middle of working on repos. How are you going to make the fast food slop without the slop imports. I know. I just like watching stuff like this. Oh no, where will all our mold injection products come from? Here we are. Here's a hollow, very nice. It's pretty interesting to me. I think most people have just a one-sided perspective on the situation, but I'm curious. I'm more of a risk taker. I'm curious where it all leads. I'm curious. It's a trade war, so I'm actually curious if we can win that war a little bit. I'm not opposed to winning a war, right? Especially one where no one dies. It's just economic. Again, it's like a game of chicken. So each side is saying, you're going to lose more. No, you're going to lose more. But I have a theory. Actually, the U.S. is on the stronger side of things in here. There we go. All right. Just a question of whether the U.S. citizenry are willing to suffer for a short period. Here's Bigfoot, or maybe a longer period. You never know. I think that's the other country's best move, is to say, we're going to wait it out 4 years. And then just wait for Trump to lose, hopefully, if he tries to do some trick at running in a third term. Red. Your finest red. Here's Ivan Rodriguez, one custom vintage pack. You got it. Mr. Ivan, welcome. Oils and sugars. I'm buying DraftKings 2, 3. Yeah, you like the DraftKings company? What do we got? Because they do these. Seal, Poliwhirl, Poliwag. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Holy, man. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. You go, Mr. Ivan. Cool, cool, cool. We'll see what's next. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Closing that. Oh, I pulled the camera. We're just trying to afford groceries. Ha ha. No, I agree. We don't know how the tariffs will change grocery prices. Some groceries might get more expensive. Some groceries might get cheaper. Did you know that? Because the United States likes to sell its products to other countries. And if those countries increase the tariffs on, American food exports, what could happen, the local farmers could say, well, let's not sell overseas. There's no profit in that anymore. And all of a sudden, they're selling most of it locally. And what would that do? That would increase the supply. So the price would probably go down because they got to liquidate. They got to get rid of it. So it's possible that farmers make less money, but that the price of food could potentially drop. But we don't know yet. It's all just sort of speculation. I'll toss this over here. Sorry for the annoying shipping issues. No problem, man. No problem. We got your tracking confirmation on the label, and your stuff's going out. I'm just sorry we couldn't offer the insurance. I guess it wasn't that easy. Blake Santoro, 1 Dragonite spot, 2 shuffles. All right, you got it. Blake. Okay. Make America pay more again. Here we are. Blake Santoro. Going right into here. Very good. And we'll grab this. All right. Very good. 2 shuffles. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 2 gold ones. All right. Sorry, Mr. Blake. I've been wanting to buy the Disney and Disney Villain bicycle playing cards. Haha, just for the art on them. Nice. We do have some playing cards, by the way, some Disney playing cards. Disney 100-year anniversary, 15 cards for $5. Give it a try. That's my job, right? To just show you things that are available for purchase. Peter Fenelty, spot in the Meganium. Oh, right, the difference. That's right. Okay. So the Meganium has its first spot sold. Okay. Well, you say make America pay more again. It's an interesting equation, really. Like, let's say the price of a car goes from like $30,000 to $40,000. You're like, oh my God, this went up by $10,000. That's horrible, right? But let's say the reason it went up is because all of these manufacturing jobs for cars came back to the U.S. to like Detroit and Michigan. And all of a sudden, you got all these guys working in the car manufacturing earning like $75,000, $80,000, $90,000 a year with benefits. And so they're going, we don't care at all about that price increase because now we don't have to work at Walmart for like $25,000 a year selling the slop to everybody, selling the mold injection, the plastic mold injection garbage. We got real jobs now, building valuable things, making good money. And so the price change to them, an increase in the price doesn't really matter. The change in their wages was what mattered the most. So that equation could occur. We'll have to see. It's all kind of like betting right now, isn't it? It's all kind of like betting. We're all wondering how it all works out, how it all turns out. Oops. All right. Okay. Yeah, let's say that, you were told that the price of a car was going to go up by 10%, but you were going to get paid, not 10%, 10,000, but you were going to get paid $20,000 more at your job. That's a pretty good equation, technically. Victor Alvarez, 2 spots on the light Dragonite, please. Victor, good choice. This will be very popular. I bet you it finishes pretty fast. It would take years for a company to reinvest in moving the operation here and also relies on them hiring humans and not robots. That's interesting that you pointed out the robots because right now we let all of the manufacturing occur in another country where they create it and then they sell it to us and they make all the money. And you just pointed out we got robots now. Maybe we should be doing the manufacturing facilities with this new technology that allows us to produce the good and use new technologies to still produce it very cheaply. That's a win-win, I think. But besides that, you're talking about how expensive it would be to move their operations over here. Well, the companies make an awful lot of profit. They could probably afford it if they wanted to. The shareholder would probably have to suffer. All the rich millionaires and billionaires, they would have to lose out on their profits probably. But what's fascinating about that is if you're talking about building these large facilities, they have to hire Americans to build those large facilities, don't they? So those are construction jobs. Sounds to me like more high-paying jobs. Here's Victor Alvarez. All right. Very nice. So it's an interesting thing, Again, there's 2 perspectives on it. You can point out a bad perspective and a good perspective. The question is, how will it play out? Again, it's like betting. People are betting how it's going to turn out. Oh, it's going to turn out bad. There it is. Ooh. Look at the tariff the air we breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 for Victor. There are 6 spots in the Dragonite now. 6 out of 13 is almost halfway done. Wow, that one's popular. All right. Yeah, if robots are going to take over manufacturing anyways, might as well get all those facilities over here before that happens. Here's to hoping. Yes, it's a little bit of risk taking, isn't it? You have to have a stomach for taking a risk. Here's Roger Cruz, 10 packs of solo leveling. All right, this is officially the fastest selling box on the channel right now. Solo leveling. Da-da. Tick up the Meganium. Oh, you're right. Good catch. This is some Smash Brothers playing in the background, by the way. Battle music, Some of it's good, some of it's annoying. Metroid versus Ridley. I'm going to skip that. Also, let's change the speed on the music. All right, slow that down a little bit. I kind of just want good music. Can we just have good music? Jesus. I think there's a realistic view and an optimistic view based on the history of terrorist wars and how this has historically gone. Yeah, you can look at history if you want. Here it is. All right. Very nice. If the United States is the country that buys everyone else's stuff, and they already slap tariffs on our goods when we try to sell to them, what's going to happen if we raise our, if we say, well, you can sell to us, but we're going to tax you now? What, are they all going to stop? All right, guys, shut the factories down. We're not selling America anything. You would just lose a customer. You have a customer that you can't make as much money on, but it would be worse if you didn't have the customer at all. See what I'm saying? It is. So I think the move is a legitimate move. I think there's risk involved, but I also think that there's potentially gains involved. You never know. We'll have to see. Trump wants a lot of things. He might be using it as a bully tactic to try and negotiate stuff, you know. Maybe he talks to the European Union. He says, hey, let me have that Greenland. And then I lift all the tariffs and we just go back to business as usual. And EU goes, maybe. Or maybe he contacts China. He says, let me have TikTok. And then I lift all the tariffs and we shake hands. Maybe. See what I'm saying? So give it a chance is what my perspective on it. He can remove the tariffs anytime he wants. That's the interesting part. He can reverse it next month, the month after that, whenever he wants, he can reverse it. So he really wants to try something, and I'm just curious if it's like fishing, you know. Let's see if you drag a catfish back. Maybe something comes back. All right, here goes. Oh wow, that's cool. So that is the first time we've pulled an etched promo card. I didn't know you could pull etched promo cards. Make the dollar backed by gold again. I don't think that'll happen. I'm pretty sure that won't happen. Here it is. But he's floated ideas like getting rid of the income tax and just having tariffs. That's interesting. I don't know how that would work, though, because that would rely on us consuming a lot in order for the government to collect enough taxes. Although technically the government doesn't have to collect taxes or tariffs. A government can just continuously print money to pay for all the things it needs. Okay. Cold. What is the best English Pokemon set to open? I'm on a $30 budget. Ooh, good question. How about Terra Festival Korean? That one's pretty good price. The price on it's low, and the chances that you pull an EV evolutionist there, I think that one's a pretty nice one. Yeah, I like that one for budget. Here it is. Terra Festival Korean. Big fan of that one. The company exporting the good isn't the one being taxed. It is, though. That's a lot. So a lot of people talk like they know exactly how the tariff's going to be implemented. Think of it like this. Let's say I'm trying to buy Pokemon cards from Japan, and the U.S. government says, Mr. Cardconomist, you have to pay 25% on that incoming product. So I paid out of my pocket. But what happens is when I go back to buy the product from Japan, I say, look, if you sell that to me, there is a 25% tariff on it. So you can try to sell that to me for $100 a box. But you know and I know that the real price is $125. And I'll say, you have to lower that price, or I have to raise my price and lower demand. What do you want to do? Because if you lower demand, they don't make as much profit then either. What really happens is all of the parties involved in the product end up paying a fee. The seller, he doesn't get to sell as much. I have to pay a tax. And I might raise my prices on the consumer, but if I raise it too high, they're just not going to buy it. So you can only raise it so high. So you can't just perfectly raise it. They'll shift their money around to something like English Pokemon cards. So the idea that only one person is hit is not true. The whole group gets hit. And people don't like to say that. People who disagree with the idea of the tariff, they go, well, it's only this one person gets hurt. It's the whole group, because demand affects everyone. All right. Okay. Reading is Mr's weakness. What's the best English set? Suggest Korean. Oh, I missed that. I apologize. I didn't see that. So the best English set, let me think about that for a minute. All the English sets are really expensive. I would go with, I like Paldean Evolved a lot, but right now Journey Together is only $8 and Paldean Evolved's $10. I would probably just open Journey Together. It is Roger Cruz. Price elasticity is cool for Pokemon, but it doesn't work on necessary goods. Which necessary goods would you like to say? Okay, here's Roger Cruz. Let's grab this. Mr. Roger. Roger Cruz. Moving this over here. Not me eating cheese ball while listening and watching this. Just got some packs. Make the dollar backed by gold. Thank you. If it's not too personal, can you tell us how much you made before and after taxes? Are you trying to ask my income? Excuse me. All right. Here, let me show you my bank accounts and my... I think you need a new bag, huh, Roger? Let me make you a new bag. Roger Cruz. Are you asking me what my income is? I got 2 Destined Rivals booster boxes on pre-order. Here it is. Destined Rivals. It's going to be crazy, man. All right. I think that's probably too personal of a question. Okay. Very nice. Okay, and now we have to move this down. Birth certificate, or I'm calling ice, mister. Yeah, let me get the birth certificate out. Nicholas Lloyd, 1 custom vintage. All right, let's get the custom vintage. All right, all right. Very good. Obama's not even an American. 1, 2, 3. Remember that? That was actually Trump's foray into politics, was talking about the birth certificate conspiracy. Here's Pokédex, Magikarp, Psyduck, wah. We got Dark Dragonair, Dratini, and Dark Blastoise. Wow, those have been pretty generous. Let's go ahead and sleeve these up. Soon, we'll have to sell our bodies for Pokemon. You kind of already do if you think about it. When you go to work, and let's say your job is like lifting boxes all day, that's the same as selling your body. It's just you're not selling your body in a maybe a little more humiliating of a way, if you know what I mean. There you go. You're selling your arms and your legs, not your booty hole. Blastoise. But yeah, it's the same idea, isn't it? 5 of the Chinese 151. Chinese 151. Aha. A 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5. Ta-da. Okay. Throwing that over here. Very nice. Snipping this. Okay. Strange that Donald Trump wants TikTok so bad, isn't it? That's a strange one. Throwing this away. China. Here's holographic Zubat. Lovely. Holographic Machamp. Holographic Caesar. Cypher. Oh, yeah. Picking up the jinx. So I noticed on these Chinese 151 cards, the texturing is really special. It differs from the actual Japanese texturing. All right, and Gyolem. Ooh. Very nice. Good. Tossing this over here. Okay, Nicholas with an N. Let's go find your bag. What are you adding booty hole to the payment options? Sorry, but I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for cash. There you go. All right. Okay, I think we have a new buyer, Luke Laurie. Luke Laurie, are you new? 6 Azure Lane packs. You got it, Luke Laurie. You know, I've got Azure Lane Volume 1, First Edition. I'm tempted to sell some of that. Look at these Azure Lane cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a 6. Very good, Mr. Luke. Azure Lane's a hot set, man. There are some delivery people are stupid. I had instructions for Amazon packages with the code and everything. They just went to the side gate and just left it there. Damn it! Wait, I want the codes. Codes! Been watching for a while. Oh, yeah. First time order? Let me get your free pack, okay? Thanks for making your first time order. There's your free pack. Let's get this snipped open. All right. Sometimes we have a free slab ready, but today I did not. If the Pokemon market is still at peak, or has it died down? Some of the Poke investors got liquidated the last 2 days. Tossing this over here. You know, Pokemon goes up and down like everything else. I think that people get kind of like exhausted from spending every dollar in their wallet on essentially cardboard, and they go, what am I doing? So they get hit with reality, and then they slow down. So there's a hysteria and frenzies that come and go. One really oh my God, dude, look at these cards, man. One really predictable Oh my freaking God, dude. She got the mommy milkers. One predictable trend in Pokemon cards is it does tend to slow down after the tax return time period, and when we head into summer, there's almost always a decline. Almost always. I think every single year there's a slowdown. That slowdown picks back up in August typically. So June and July and even May and even a little bit of April tend to be pretty bad. Not a great time. That could be a good time for you to do your buying. But in general, the mass population of collectors are slowing down in the summertime. Then they pick back up in the wintertime. Ooh la la! I know, you're welcome for the Zoom, guys. That is Azure Lane Volume 2. It's on the menu. Pricey, though. It's a pricey set. Gotten pricey. I bought cheap-ass slabs from the God Sets. Thanks so much. That's super kind. Oh, I appreciate your appreciation. It is. Lovely. So you've got an L bag. Cool. The L boxes always have plenty of room in them. Okay. So, you know, Pokemon kind of peaked with prismatic evolutions coming out. We saw these huge lines at GameStop. We saw people going nuts at Costco for the 151 reprint. Now we've got one more crazy set coming out, Destined Rivals. I think the craziness is going to carry a little bit, but here we are heading into summertime, and Pokemon's going to be stepping on the gas pedal for overprinting the cards because they're saying, hey, we're missing out on profits. We don't have enough product. The secondhand scalper market's making all the money. So they're going to step on the gas pedal and probably reprint a lot of stuff. And we don't know how long that'll take to work itself into the system, but it will. And that's going to affect the cost of the raw singles. Then it's going to affect the PSA slabs. You're going to see this downward line. And as the prices come down, people are going to be like, oh no, this was a terrible investment. They're going to sell off. And it could be like a big crash. You never know. One thing never really crashes, though. See this guy? He does not crash. Neither does this guy. That's all vintage cards. They're not printing these. So guess what I sit on a lot of? These guys. But that's what happened last time with the Sword and Shield. There was a big crash. Everyone was like, Modern sucks. I was saying that Modern sucks. I was like, Modern sucks. Why would you buy Moonbryon when you can buy Skyridge Umbreon, right? And boy, was I wrong, because with this prismatic release, all those Modern cards really exploded. The question is, where does it go from here? Does Modern crash again? If it crashes again, I'm not quite wrong about my feelings about Modern. Modern could just be in a bubble for all you know. There's an awful lot of it, and they're still printing, so you never know. But I feel pretty safe on these. I feel pretty safe on my old vintage cards. I got out of print XY. You know, that was another set I was buying plenty of, was XY. I was buying plenty of tops. I still love tops. So you never know how it plays out as the years tick by. It could be really crazy. Look at this old card. Here's an old one. This card recently doubled in value. Do I have a price down on it? Bought it for $1,900. I think it's worth $3,300 now. Something like that. So, you know, the vintage cards are doing okay, even if the modern cards are exploding. I love these poker cards. I've been watching a lot of poker. Do you guys ever watch poker? All right. Mr. Tommy, vintage is the way. Well, just focus on things maybe that are already out of print. The stuff that's in print, you have to be real careful with it, but that can work too. Sword and Shield is proof that modern can work too. Like, the smartest move in the hobby was to just buy, apparently, cards from Evolving Skies, mostly. There's also that Giratina from, what set is that, Lost Origin? And you could just bought those booster boxes too and just sat on those, because the booster boxes and the slabs are related to each other. I'm all in. Pocket Mewtwo. You're not wrong. We just can't predict the tops. The tops here. The tops, it's hard to predict. Sure. But look at this. He's pop 7. Nah, that's easy. That's easy. I'll sell this guy for $5,000 maybe. $5,000. I don't want to sell him for less than some price, some goofy ass price like that, because I'd rather just hold him and show him off over and over again. I'll show him off over and over and over and over again, and he'll make me ad revenue. So he's going to stay with me for as long as I can keep him. All right. He's good. Elizabeth Reigns, one in the Dragonite break. All right, we have a Dragonite break coming in. I try to provide breaks like this to you guys because I really see the value in it. So I'm kind of like your host, and I'm supposed to have good taste, and I'm supposed to go out and pick something good out for you guys. Here we are. All right. He meant top peak. Oh, I'm so silly. I interpreted that as Pokemon tops. You meant we cannot predict the top of the hobby. You know, they haven't revealed that's a good Dragonite. It is a good Dragonite. They haven't revealed all the cards in the new Rocket set, right? So we don't know exactly what's going to be in the Rocket set yet. We've seen a couple of the cards. Let me double check that, by the way. PokeBeach is the go-to website for that, pokebeach.com. So you go to PokeBeach. Let's see. So they've been showing off a couple new cards in the Team Rocket set. It says here, Regirock has been found. Just an EX copy though. So we don't have like Team Rocket's Regirock being shown. And then Huntel and Gorobus. How about this one? What does it say? That's also not a Rocket card, but it is one of the ARs. So that's fascinating. So Clamperl will be one of the ARs. That's actually kind of a bad thing. You want all the ARs to be smoking hot in the new Rocket set. Clamperl, nobody cares about Clamperl. Clamperl's like worse shelter. So we're looking for the top pulls to be found and revealed. And when those get revealed, we'll know how good of a set Glory of Team Rocket is. Because it could just be kind of like a kind of set, or it might be insane. They might have Dark Dragonite or Rocket's Dragonite. They might have, I assume they've got a Rocket's Mewtwo. They could have a Rocket's Charizard. It could be a really big deal. We're going to find out. Thanks for your advice. Any pack breaks going on? We have 2 pack breaks, vintage pack breaks. Team Rocket First Edition is just wildly expensive now. And Jungle at $32. This is way more reasonable. And this is a heavy pack guaranteed, if you didn't know that. A holographic card will come out of here. So this is very reasonable if you like opening vintage packs. There's 4 spots sold in here. 6 spots remain. Some of the coolest sets. Yes. Mr. Tap the table like in poker, meaning nice hand. No, I wasn't doing that. What are you talking about? Elizabeth, I was just saying, no, I do this. You guys have seen me do this. Elizabeth says 1 in the Meganium break. All right. I just mentioned that I watch poker, so when you saw me do that hand motion, you thought maybe it was related. I just touch the table sometimes. Yeah, the table a good rub. All right, here we are. Very nice. Good. By the way, if anyone wants to donate a card into the Pokepot, here's what the Pokepot looks like right now. You guys know what the Pokepot is, right? It's a box where you can donate a card and have a spin of the dice. And if you're lucky and you get the right roll, you can take some of these cards home with you, or you just donate to the box. But the point of the Pokepot is you really just donate cards you don't want anyways. Like, look, Boltund and Doodoo. I like to say in Doodoo because her ears look like loaves, right? Like poo-poo loaves. But yeah, so these are cards nobody really misses out of their bag. So it's more of an interaction with the stream kind of deal. You're not really ever going to get rich in the Pokepot. It's not a thing. But you can have some fun. So if you ever don't want like a Boltund in your bag, you can have me go hunt for it too. Like maybe you don't know what's in your bag, but you can say, hey, go grab my junkiest card and donate it. Okay, showing that off. Donate my little bag to the pot. Would you like to do that, Dwight? What's the name of your bag? Some of the coolest sets. That's a good Dragonite. Yeah, it's a good Dragonite. I agree. That Dragonite was available for purchase in the past, but the difference was back then, you could either buy him for like $700 or a whole box of the Topps movie. So I was just buying the boxes of the Topps movie. Now the box of the Topps movie is much more expensive. When you buy the box, you don't know if it's going to be rainbow. Most of the time it's not. It's silver. And then when you open it, you don't know if it's good packs, like if they're sticky or if they're non-sticky. But most of the time they're sticky. Tick up the Meganium. Yes, I'll get that tick on Meganium. Meganium's at 2. Happy Friday, by the way, guys. I hope you guys are set to have a great weekend. What's the weather going to be out here in Missouri? I got to look at the weather. Because if the weather's real bad, I think I'm just going to work like normal. If the weather's really good, I might actually take Saturday off. Okay, the weather. Oh, you got to be kidding me. It's awful weather. 47 and 45 degrees. Oh my God, dude, that sucks. All right, so I might not be going anywhere. I might just hang out at home. That sucks. I was really looking forward to maybe going out. Elizabeth Rain, 1 custom vintage pack, 5 Pokey Shuffles. The Pokey Shuffles are very popular. I like that Zamazenta. I think he's going to go in here in a second because we need cards like that Zamazenta. 1, 2, 3. Sean Gallagher, no roll, just put it in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Just going to put it in here. 1. You got Parasect. 2, 3, 4. Parasect it is. Everyone's favorite Pokemon. I don't think he went into the box for very much. So I think Parasect went in on the cheap. I know what Parasect it is. This is a vintage vending series Parasect. A card a lot of people don't have. Here he is. So this is from the vending series. The way you obtain this card is super weird. A lot of people have never seen it. But why don't you go look that up, the vending series, how to pull the... They come off of these weird sheets. You have to peel the card off. Super strange. Not going out, only baby making time in the lake. Unfortunately, if we try to make a baby right now, there would be no baby, I think. It's all about timing, apparently. Oops. We were talking about that a little bit last night. Everyone was giving me all this advice. This is kind of a weird subject, isn't it? Advice on making babies. For poker, have you been watching tournaments or cash games? Tournaments. Tournaments where they play with... I think they play with real money. I could show you what I've been watching. We've been watching... I'm not going to lie to you guys. We've been watching a ton of poker. Like a lot of it. Some about it's just kind of fun to watch. It's very sort of like humdrum, sort of background noise. It's very easy to sit there and just watch someone play a hand of poker. It's very easy. All right. So that's for Mr. Sean with an SE. So you've got a bag right over here. Sean, I'm going to give you a roll anyways. Here it is. Yes, that is a reasonably small bag. What did you... You don't want to give up your nice card, do you? That's a nice card. Look, you pulled a nice Dragapult. I can do it if you really want. Where did he come from? I don't even know where you got this from. Doesn't this guy come out of I don't know what he comes out of. He says, yeah, I'm going to give you a roll anyways, okay? You're putting in a good card. You're going to get a roll. You might get more cards out than you put in. Let's see what happens. So here it is. He's putting Dragapult into the pot. Oops. You ready? Landing on a pretty wild roll. There we are. Okay. Give him 2. Lose Lugia and won the pity pull. Oh, I see. So that was a free card that I handed out because of the rough Lugia. I see what you're saying. So, and I bet that came out of a baggie of cards I had sitting waiting to grade or something. Dark Metal Energy. Here's a ride on these. 4 dice now. It's 4 dice. That makes it more exciting because, yes, obviously it makes it tougher for you, but it actually makes it tougher for everybody. And the benefit to that is it means this little box is going to get fatter before somebody actually pulls the pot. Look at that. See, that's pretty hard to get all 4 of those to land on 4 of a kind. You can put one of my nicer Nintendo cards in. It says Aaron Breckens. Okay, Mr. Aaron. Where did I last see you, Aaron? You're talking about from those Nintendo game packs? So it makes it harder for you to pull. It makes it harder for everyone to pull. Adam P. Must be this one. There you have it. And so I think that's going to be more exciting as the pot fills. Landing on 3 5s. He almost had it right there. Look at that. Whoa. All right. Did Elizabeth Rain get her... I don't think she got her vintage custom pack, did she? Here you go, Elizabeth. Sorry about that. Got a little sidetracked. We weren't done with your order. Here goes. American gamers eager to place orders for the widely anticipated new console will have to wait a bit longer. They have tariffs to blame. Not Nintendo. Here's Energy, Rocket Trap. Here comes Team Rocket and Rainbow Energy. All right, there you have it. It's a very strange pack, isn't it? This one's all about trainers and energies. You got 3 hollows in it, though. That's not bad. All right. So the demand is very high for these vintage packs. Let's see. Where did we put you? Did you get your own box? I'm trying to remember. You look like you got your own box. No, you shipped. That right? You shipped. Haha, back. That's it. Now I don't like Trump. Not my Charizard, or not my Nintendo. There we are. Did you ship me out, though? I believe you are going out on Saturday. Your package is likely packaged. That's the way it works. Alexis came in on Friday, which is today. So that means the pickup is on Saturday. So you are going out. Nobody touches my Switch console. Nobody. Blake says 2 of the English 151s. Right, those should be over here. But I believe we need a new box of those. Yes. $40 towards Slab away. Mr. Blake, here you go. All right, so that's updated. He then says, I believe I have a $40 store credit. Here it is. Can I get 2 live customs with that? Yes, sir. 2 live customs it is. 1 and 2. No luck on the live customs this time. Wow, those live customs, man. Just got to do the pre-order on Nintendo for Switch 2. All right. Now, we need 2 151 packs. I have to go out and open one of those gigantic, goofy, premium collectible bundle things. That'll take me a second. So I'll be right back. I'm going to go get more 151s. All right, here we are. Ta-da. Mr. Blake, his name is Blake. He's just a chill dude who wants some 151. Good luck, Mr. Blake. This could be Charizard. Snipping this. All right. Good thing the reception for Switch wasn't even hotter than it was. Here it is. Imagine Switch was like, oh my God, I've got to have it. Tangela. Eevee. Alright. So that's Mr. Blake. And your bag's going to be over here. I think we moved you up to the top bag, right? Did we do that? No, we never did that? All right. So maybe you're in here. Haha, Blake. Okay, now you're getting moved to the top pack. Good. You got one Tangela. Scooby-Doo. I've heard too many Zelda songs, man. I'm ready for some new Zelda songs. What do we got here? We've got Medusa. Halo. That's a good one. Red Alakazam. Yellow Ghastly. Yellow Slowpoke. Lots of these poker cards. It's not the case that these poker cards don't sell. I actually sell an enormous number of these. I actually just grade an enormous number of them. That's why you see so much. The poker cards are one of my biggest grading items. I just grade tons of them all the time. Javier says, one spot in the Dragonite, 2 Pokey Shuffle, no bulk. The Dragonites. Okay, people are taking a shot at the Dragonite. Almost finished with the solo leveling Manhua. There it is. We have a booster box you can open for $60 for the whole box if you'd like. All right. That is ticking up to 7. 2 Pokey Shuffles. Noble. Pokey Shuffles are running kind of low. We got to get more stuff in the Pokey Shuffles. Here's the problem. 2 cold ones. Here's the problem. I don't have any small slabs anymore. Look, all these slabs are like over $100 now. 120, 190, 200. What am I going to do? Luke Laurie, 6 Ayakashi Triangle. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Got some Ayakashi, huh? I've had this on the menu for so long. I bought a ton of it, and it was selling like fire when we first got it. And then all of a sudden, people were just like, I'm done with it. I couldn't sell anymore. And 2 Fruita Grisaia. Oh, Luke, I'm loving you, man. I have been dying to know what's in the rest of the Fruita Grisaia. Because we sold a lot of that, but there's some left. And it's been here for a long, long time, and I'm really curious what's at the end of the Fruita Grisaia. Okay. Fruita Grisaia, guys. We're opening that after a very, very long break. Let's see if we can even find it. Where did I last put it? All right. I've been tempted to open it myself just to get it done. Fruita Grisaia. Union Arena. Would I have kept it over here, maybe? Move this Mario packs over. Hold on. Mario packs go here. Okay, not there. All right, I might go get a fresh box for you. Let me go get a fresh box. I'm pretty sure we have an open box somewhere. Yeah, but I don't see it, so fresh box time. Aha! The open box was on the other shelf. That was smart of me. Got some Fruita Grisaia. Here they are. So I'm surprised Fruita Grisaia never sold through because it's kind of a sexy girl card set. Ready? All right. All right. Good. Mr. Luke. So this is Fruita Grisaia. And I know it's got some lewd cards in it. It's kind of a lewd card set. There we are. But but not those 2 packs. How about this set? This is also a lewd card set. All right. Like this right here. Ah! How you guys been feeling today? It's Friday, and this is the daytime stream. How you guys been doing? How you been holding up? Here's a hollow. Here's a hollow. Here's a hollow. Here's a hollow. And here's a hollow. Very nice. Ooh. Mr. Luke. Grab your bag. Slow comment section? Yeah, it's a slow comment section. How you guys feeling? Okay, we've got an order from Blake Santoro. He says 2 live custom. Here it is. 2 live customs. Mr. Blake. 1, 2. Oh, very lucky, man. You were able to snipe yourself before anyone else did. Box incandescent. I feel like you pulled that last time. All right. So, just here at work, says Matt. Yo, I'm almost finished with solo leveling. Manhua. Box of incandescent arcana has been pulled. Okay, let's go grab that. I'm taking profits from about 15% of my sealed Pokemon collection. Taking profits? I want to take profits. Okay. I shipped out like $5,000 worth of cards today. Okay, so tossing the, wait. Placing this here. Back into the box. All right. You also had, as part of your order, 1 South Park, 2 151 English, 2 Pokey Shuffles. So we got this, and you want a South Park? South Park. Where have I been storing the South Park? I think it's over here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. Whew. Vajankelmon, incoming. What? All right, let's get it started. Oh, and 2 Pokey Shuffles. Ready? One, two, three. 1, 2. Boop. 2 cold ones. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, blinded myself there. Jesus. Why is it so bright? It's like shining a flashlight in your eyes. Oh, we'll start here. Is Arcana the girl set for Pokemon? It is? Well, I mean, if you mean it's a girl set in the sense that you can pull expensive girl cards, then yes. Here's Dugtrio, Kangaskhan. Ooh. This is an ASMR channel, too. We need a whisper segment. Oh, a whisper segment. That's funny, man. No crazy luck in the 151s. Girl trainers, the rainbow ones. Yeah, there's multiple girl trainers for sure. There's an AR style card in there too, with Bregzin, and that one goes for decent money. You got Kenny McCormick, very nice. Mr. Hanky, Drunken Barn Dance, Stan Darsh. It's a great time to be collecting South Park cards because we got the new season of South Park coming up, guys. I heard they're going to have an episode about Diddy. I hope they have an episode about Snow White, too. That would be insanely funny. There we go. Here's Kenny, because it would follow up with their Kathleen Kennedy episode. All right. Stick a chicken in it, make her gay and lame. And I want her lame. Kangaskhan. Ooh. All right, here it goes. How many likes so far? Nice. Thanks on the likes, guys. Really appreciate it. All right. Should have named it Sand Brown. Here's... Oops, that's not what I wanted. All right. People have been kind of analyzing her a little more. And wow, that's a lot of packs, man. They've been kind of pointing out how her acting style is mostly with, like, moving her jaw around, mouth acting. It is. All right. And I couldn't unsee it once I saw it. I was like, oh, yeah, she just moves her jaw forward. It looks really funny. Okay. All right. Okay. Wonder how that Minecraft movie's doing now. Somebody go look up the ratings on the Minecraft movie. What did I give it last night? Like a 5.5? What are the ratings for Minecraft movie right now? If you know my first name from memory, I will send you a $300 minimum order. Nope, I definitely don't. Wait, was there a Monster Hunter update? It says cats. Yes, there was. Mitsuzune is out. Ooh, look at this. Miracle. Mitsuzune is out now. Seems like an okay fight. It's, it's Mitsuzune. And then, more importantly, the Zoshia fight is now a regular fight you can have. So Zoshia is kind of like unlocked. He should have always been unlocked, but they basically just made the full game available. That's all they did. It's so obvious that this was meant to be part of the full game, and they locked it behind a wall, a time wall, to make sure that you don't finish the game too fast. But so Zoshia came out, and he is a pretty tough fight. Here it is. But you sort of get a sense of him that you're supposed to fight him with the pods. So we played live on the TheCardconomist channel and defeated Mitsuzune without even trying. He was really, 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 really easy. Ooh, superior. Very nice. Very good. I'm going to go watch Minecraft right now. Nice. You're sad that I don't remember your name? Remind me, R1TCG, what was your name? Here's Growlith. It's too hard to remember everyone's names. If your name sounded similar to your real name, then I would remember. There you are. Due to tariffs, we will no longer import any more Xboxes or PlayStations. Oh, no. What are you saying, dude? He's just saying stuff. Simon's back here saying crazy. I'm one of the Omars. That was the game. Oh. All right. I didn't even get that far. You got to remember, there's like 88 people in here, all with different YouTube names, and I do not remember how they link up to their real names. It is, Magirna. Guess I should have been good at that. I would have made some free money. Ooh. All right. No, I'm Omar. No, I'm Dirty Dan. So we got a nice Gardevoir trainer gallery. Here's a Fennekin. Here's a Jinx. Oops. Here's a... What's her name? I can't remember her name. Altaria and... I can't remember her name. All right. Here's a Reshiram. Okay. And a nice Radiant Alakazam. Lovely. All right. Yellow borders are goated. Lycia, thank you for reminding me. Her name is Lycia. All right, very good. Mr. Blake. Tossing that away. So you got Lycia, you got Gardevoir, Superior, Smeargle, and Alakazam. That's not bad. It's also not optimal. It's like there's better pulls actually in the set, but it's not bad. Could have been worse. It's funny that you pulled it though, because I think you pulled it last time. I'm just glad you didn't get sniped, because I thought you were going to get sniped in the live customs. No, that's Omar. Okay, we have an order from Elijah Martinez, 5 hollow shuffles. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3. There it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we have it. Very nice. Ah, cold round. Ah. Okay. Here's Chameleon. Char. We've got Zapdos. What did you think of Elon selling X to himself? Oh, are you saying he bought more stocks? Here's Zubat. Lovely. Or are you saying he's separating X from Tesla? Let me look it up. Maybe he's separating X from Tesla. He wants to keep them separated. I don't see that news. Mr. hasn't heard. I didn't see that news. There we go. Okay, now we have... So Elijah got his 5 hollow shuffles. He needs a custom vintage and a custom modern. Yes, the custom modern packs. Don't forget those. I'll just keep these in here. So here's the custom modern packs. There's some like junk in the front here. Just ignore that. We're gonna shuffle in on these. Okay, and now we're gonna go 1, 2, 3. He sold X to his own AI company. There must be a reason for that. Probably some, like he wants one company to be isolated from the rest kind of thing. Oh, yeah. Look at that pull, guys. That is a hot modern pack. Wow. What a pull, man. Elijah Martinez picking up Alone Executor, Eevee, and Gengar all in one pack. That is really good. Wow. Okay, the custom vintage. Here it is. That's a pretty good round. That's a hot pack. So I said there would be cold packs and hot packs in the modern ones. The vintage packs are a little different. Every pack's just kind of the same. Yeah, Lapras this time. So there's Lapras. Okay, Cloyster. Cool. All right. We're almost sold out of these again. All right. So Elijah, 1 custom, 1 modern. Let's grab your bag, Elijah. I'm sure he doesn't want one company affecting the other. So like if the X company is not performing well financially, he probably doesn't want it to be involved with the companies that are performing well financially. Oh, he said new bag. I'm so silly. Let's get you that new bag. So it could be a sign that X is not bringing in good revenue. Or maybe he just sees the car brand as like not having any relationship to, like a social media brand. That's probably also part of that decision making. Yeah, like what does a car company have to do? It'd be like if Facebook and Ford were one company, it doesn't make any sense. All right, Elijah. But the AI company has a lot of interaction with the social media company. The same way an AI company would have a lot of interaction with like Microsoft or Google. So that actually does make sense. I need a new bag. Rich people going to make rich people moves. Something like that. Here we are. All right. Oops. If anything, it's weird that they were ever combined. Here's Andy Dirksen, 1 Star Wars Galaxy Chrome and 1 box of Korean Terror Festival. Oh, such a great set to be opening. So the Korean Terror Festival. Let me go ahead and get that Star Wars Galaxy. One of the best Star Wars sets that I've seen printed by Topps, by the way. I really like it. Galaxy Chrome. Where is it hiding? It's all the way down here. There it is. Found it. Now we need some Terror Festival. I got to stand up for this. Oh, my eye's so itchy. Let me go get some Terror Festival. Wow, we've gone through almost an entire case of the Tariff Festival Korean, and those are gigantic cases. They're not like the Japanese cases. I think they have like 30 boxes or something. Yeah, these are popular. All right, cool. What do we got here? Okay. Ooh, crazy guy. Here's the lightning saber girl, Darth Maul, and Ahsoka, but it's like she's annoying to look at somehow. I don't know why. Why'd they make Ahsoka so manly, dude? All right, well, whatever. All right, I like this Darth Maul, though. Look at that Darth Maul. That looks sick, dude. That is a rainbow refractor. I'm trying to figure out why I get annoyed when I look at Ahsoka. And it's because, look at these two different girls. She's got a stronger chin than half the men out there, dude. I guess that's realistic, though, isn't it? All right, let's go ahead and sleeve it up. All right. I do not look forward to AI being fully released. The public only has a crumb of what it's capable of. Yeah, gotta adapt, I guess, you know. It's new technology. I love it. I love ChatGPT so much. I actually use it more than Google now. So if I was a Google investor, I'd be very concerned about that. I'd be telling Google, you better develop something better than ChatGPT pronto. They've got the lead. I crack that baby out all the time. I don't use Google anymore. Google's like for looking up a website or something now. Google used to be where you went to ask questions. You don't do that. ChatGPT is a better system. So that is a really, really big deal. Okay. Very nice. If the ChatGPT company could be invested in publicly, I'd be buying stock like crazy. You see base ChatGPT or pay for an upgrade. I just used the base. I don't even know why you need the upgrade. I just used the base. Yeah, it's good, man. It's real good. It's amazing. Changed my life, really. It's revolutionary. You can plug in very complex questions into ChatGPT, like a paragraph long, and it can give you a correct answer. You can't do that with the Google chat bar. I can ask it questions like, here's my income, here's my taxes, here's my style of my business, what's the optimal place to move to reduce my tax burden? And it can actually kind of answer that question. It can be like, based on what you do, blah, blah, blah. Then you just do a little more research and you start to learn about the world. There we go. That's why we think the world's going to get reorganized because of these powerful technologies. People are going to move out of the worst places to live and into the best places to live constantly. You know, like so the subject of illegal immigration, the subject of economic immigration, border control, all that stuff, that's occurring because everyone has the ability to look into each other's countries and go, whoa, your country's better than mine. I'm getting out of here. I'm joining you guys. I want in. And then all of a sudden, the people who are already in their original countries, now they're competing for a house. Now they're competing for a job. Now they're competing for welfare. Like that was a subject about the UK. The UK, Nigel Farage was talking about how the healthcare system, welfare system was overwhelmed. The wait times are insanely long. They don't have enough resources. They are? Ooh. And yet they're not reducing their immigration rate. It is. So they can't actually afford what they're bringing in. And it's causing people their lives because they can't get treatment for, diseases that require fast treatment. It's your life or the government's immigration quota. So that was his conversation about that subject. So technology is changing that. And now you can sit down with ChatGPT and you can go, ChatGPT, which state is going to be the best to invest in over time? Which state has the lowest tax burden? Which state, yada this, yada that? You can ask it so many questions and it can just kind of figure it out for you. It's really crazy. You can ask it complex questions and it can actually figure that stuff out for you to a degree. It has its limitations. All right, so that's it for Andy Dirksen. He had a nice box. Here it is of the Pokemon Terra Festival, but you got the Cobalion as your chase card. So overall, could have been a bit hotter. F it, I'm going to Japan. Well, see, that's the thing in Japan. Besides the fact that you probably wouldn't fit in very easily because they're not very diverse at all. They have a really high tax rate. So they have a very hefty tax rate. And it's so hard to become a citizen of Japan. They really don't want you. They don't want you. They don't want most people. You can get a work visa, but that's not the same as being one of the citizens. You got this nice Umbreon. All right. Andy with an AN. Ta-da. Iron Crown in this set. Yes. The Ahsoka is from the live action show. I realized that. Maybe I always envisioned Ahsoka as being more feminine in her appearance, but they picked like a super masculine looking Ahsoka. I think I've seen her depicted in various cards and other TV shows like the cartoons Clone Wars. Here we are. All right, let's see. Asuka? That's right. Love me a long time? Maybe. As long as you're opening cards. All right. Very nice. Ooh. Ditto. Gligar. I think these are ready to come down. We got Jake and Finn. And we've got Squall. What do we got next? We have an order from Roger Cruz. USA shipping for Roger Cruz. You got it, Roger. Roger, you're shipping right away, huh? All right. Roger, did you want to ship right away? Some people wait. If you're really new, you don't have to ship today. You can actually keep your stuff over here for up to 1 year. And you only have to pay shipping one time when you want to ship out. That means you can keep opening cards for like a month and then ship it all out at once for $9. It saves you some money to do it that way. Just letting you know that. I'll go get your address. Simon says, have you accepted Sasquatch into your life? Have you? Okay, let's grab this. Ooh, busy daytime stream, huh? All right. Okay. All right. Is that price right? That price doesn't seem right. That's nice. I had that question and you answered it. What's the error on the Ditto? You can see it's an OC Ditto. You're an Adventure Time fan, right? You see there's an Adventure Time movie. Is there? That's awesome. Oh, I see why it's so expensive. It's the signature confirmation was still attached. All right, there it goes. And print. Oh, okay. There it goes. Can fat people do indoor rock climbing? To a degree. Yeah, to a degree. I think that there's a point where if you're too heavy, you probably shouldn't. I wouldn't do it at a certain weight. You know, because they use these pulleys and rope systems and gear that might not fit you and it might not support you. Which would be very embarrassing if you took a girl out on a date and they were like, you're too fat. Eric Rodriguez, 1 Korean Black Flame. That's a very small order. Can I fulfill it? Where is it? Normally, there's a $7 minimum order. If you order with the ZELLE, there's no minimum. There it is. I don't actually know if CASHAPP has the single order fee that PayPal does. They can't tariff emojis. Don't say that, Alex. Don't say that. He'll come for the emojis. Don't say that. You look out. America's been treated very unfairly. We have the best emojis. The best. Nobody has emojis like America. They won't accept our emojis. We're having a reciprocal emoji tariff. What do you think? All right, that was for Eric. It was a cold pack. Thank you, Eric. Blake Santoro with the big order. Store credit and $9 prepay for shipping. You got it. Okay. Cool. Did you see eBay's going to have an option to send cards to PSA? Wild, huh? That makes sense. There's been some interaction between eBay and PSA, so that makes a lot of sense. That's cool, man. That is cool stuff. You'll just be able to pick cards out and say, send it straight to PSA, huh? Wow, that's wild stuff. That is some wild stuff. I like that idea. Other than the fact that it'll probably make PSA all backed up, but we're going to say shipping. Then they'll be more likely to give you a 7. Well, I think it would be a little creepy to have your card sent directly from the buyer to PSA, because what if the buyer kind of sends in a card that doesn't look like the one he listed, and you have no way to prove that? Omar Fava 151 English, 1 Prismatic English. I'm R1. It is I. Ah, man. I wish I had remembered that. You would have had to give me $100 and $300. I read that the seller has to describe the card and be accurate with condition. PSA can reject cards not correctly conditioned by the seller. Yeah, but you know how desperate the card hobby is. Someone's going to stretch those rules. They're going to test those rules. They're going to be like, sure, this is the one in the picture. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? All right. Or they're like not going to take a very good picture of the part of the card that's bad. And then they're going to say, sure, it's near mint. Ooh, a Gengar Hollow, huh? You might want to keep that. Okay. Umbreon, you might want to keep that. All right, lovely. Just 2 hollows this time, Mr. Omar. Not bad because it's just 2 packs, too. Just 2 booster packs. Those packs are pricey, though. Those are the priciest packs. Mr. Omar Faba. Oh, lots of Omars, huh? All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Lovely. Do. It's Muhammad Al-Shad. How's it going, man? I have multiple bags. Please don't forget to include all my slabs. I'll be using my $20 store credit. Here's my phone number. Okay, so he's ready to ship, and he sent $60. So, can you tell us a little bit about your slabs? Are you with us right now? Can you tell us a little bit about your slabs? Let's go grab your baggies. We got to get an accurate weight, and we need to get an accurate declaration. Those 2 things, okay? So you can help us out by kind of mentioning your slabs a little bit. You sent me 60, which is an unusual amount, because it's between 40 and 80. It either fits into a $40 shipment or an $80 shipment. If it's 80, we need more money from you. Now, if it's a $40 shipment, you overpaid. Oh, but you believe it's an 80. I get it, because you said my $20 store credit. I get it. Ah, here we are. This says baggie number 3, baggie number 2, baggie number 1. Whoa. Oh, look at this, abandoned bag. Michael Berrigan. What did he have from... Oh, my dear God, he had 1 Paris. All right. Throw that out. 60 duck. What about shipping? All right, tossing this up here. So that's what we seem to have for you. We've got these 3 big, beautiful bags. And they might be able to fit into here. I don't think they will, actually, but let's test that out. How much for a solo leveling bucks? $60. You know, I don't know if you thought about this, but if we remove a bunch of these junky hollows from, from this card set here, we might be able to get you into a lower shipping, but that assumes you don't have a lot of slabs. If you got a lot of slabs, it will be pricey. That pear's got the Charmander treatment. You've been abandoned. Now, you got a lot of hollows. See, you got like a whole bag of hollows right here. I got to tell you, those are not that valuable when it comes to shipping because the cost of shipping is so high. See, tink-a-tink. They also won't affect your declarations much either. Okay, so let's get you a different box here. Alaska has a volcano? Yeah, yes, it does, doesn't it? All right, let's see. Mount Doom or something like that, right? McDonald's has a Minecraft adult meal. The toy comes with a foil card. We got to get them graded. You want to know what's funny, Wrath? I kid you not, yesterday I bought a whole case of those and they're on the way already. What do you think of this? I told myself, I don't know if anyone will buy these. They seem a little expensive, but we're going to try it anyways. It looks like I'll be selling them for $8.50 per each. All right. So we got all this. I can't make the label until I see the slabs. I have to see the slabs. So, number 9, Muhammad, Ajad, shipping, slabs. All right, so we have to get your slabs together. I want the toys. You want the little plastic toys? What we might end up doing is we might end up separating the cards from the toys. And then if you want, we can send you all 6 of the toys as like a separate shipped unit. But then the cards are sold maybe like at random or who knows. Do I write address in the PayPal or does it pop up? As long as your address is up to date in PayPal, PayPal actually shows it to me. So I can just go get it myself. Just make sure it's up to date, okay? Sound good? Oh, here it is. Sanji PRB1, Luffy Crown, Rayquaza Color Splash, Aquapolis Reverse Hollow Hypno. Oh, that one's pricey. Okay, so we got to think about that. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4 slabs roughly. Okay, so 4 slabs. Okay. All right, so I think we're ready then. I think I can actually make your label right now. Let's pull this down. That's good. You actually saved us some time on that. All right, nice of you to pop on by. Okay, let's grab this. What's the error with the Ditto? It's an OC Ditto, which means it's very off-center. There it is. See the top of the card, how thin it is? All right, cool. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's add 5 for good measure, just in case. Okay, about, all right. We've got a weight ready. Okay. I bought this scale to get more accurate readings on the international shipping because that was losing me a lot of money. Okay. Okay, don't fall or anything, please. Ow. Rat? OC Ditto is hot. Wait, let me go back in here. Let me click on this. So, oh, I think we got it all right. Cool, man. Okay, so the address is looking good. Now let's get the email. All right, and now let's get the phone number. You got your phone number in here. Very nice. You can hear the birds chirping out there. Okay, we're going to increase this weight here, and then we're going to change the type of shipping over to a medium flat rate box. Nice. Now we're going to edit our custom form. So you said you had a reverse hypno. Actually, you know what? I don't know what the price on the hypno is going to be. Let me go get it. Okay, I'm gonna just bring it upstairs right now. I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna get his stuff so we can get him done right away. I'm back. Hey, Karis is finally working on that encapsulation computer. How nice is that? Okay. Let's see. Hey, your first time order, 924, cool. All right, so that says 250 on it. 37. This guy help me make your declarations. All right. Good. Let's see. We're going to say playing cards. Okay. We'll set the value to, how about 350? All right. So I think that's a pretty good guesstimation. So that'll be your declaration, is about 350. If they ask you about it, just be like, yeah. Whoa, wow, this is one pricey box. The price for me on my side is actually $100. Wow, man, it's crazy. So, okay, we're waiting for it to update, actually. Weird, it didn't ask me another question. I'm curious why it didn't ask me that. Yep, $98. Holy. All right, it's good to go. Oh my God, dude, that is a lot of shipping money. I'll put these in a bag together so they don't get separated. You're good to go. I hope whatever the import duty, if there is one, hope it's not too bad. And there's all your stuff. So you're actually, I think you're actually getting a deal on this, Mr. Aljad, because, you know, you open these cards and that costs you money to open them. And they're not going to be able to see that. The customs duties guys, if they decide to open your package, which they usually don't, but if they decide to open it, they don't really understand what you spent on this. So for international buyers, there's an advantage to opening packs inside of the USA and then shipping them home. There's a huge advantage to that. All right? Because the custom duties guys, they don't know, you know, they just see raw cards. That's all they see. All right. Very good. All set. Very good. We got you high-level shipping with that priority mail box. It was $100, so you got a nice $20 off on that too. And it'll be at your house probably in a week or two. FBI calling, laundered through the USA international buyers. No, I don't think it's laundering at all. I think it's totally legitimate because when you open it out of the package, the value changes. That's it. You know, Kind of like if you bought a firework in the US and then you set it off, well, the firework has changed in value after it explodes. All right, so let's see. Nathan Gordon, 3 Japanese, 151. Okay, those are going to be over here. Yakuza Launder with Pokemons. Ah, that would be really funny. $20 to a slab away. Let's get it. Nathan. It's going to say 140 over here. Okay, all good. Where are you from? It's true, mister. Yeah, right? So it's clever, actually, to open up your Pokemon cards and then ship. Like, if they were sealed, then I think that customs could be like, well, it's the sealed value. But if you open them, you could argue a different value, maybe. All right. Here we go. I'm going to start out with Omanite. Here's a little Charizard. All right. Oops. And here's Mewtwo. Okay. Just like sex, you change in value after explode. Ta-da! Are you asking me where I'm from? I'm from the United States. I live in the state of Missouri. And I'm actually from Lake of the Ozarks, Missouri. That's where the Netflix show Ozark was filmed. I live in a nice lake house. Here's Nathan. It's an okay lake house. It's not the best. But it's really cool to live here. We're also thinking about moving to Florida, though. We're thinking about moving to maybe like a lake house style living setup in Florida. America. Okay. Gara. His name's Gara. Here's Down into the Depths. How did you just post a short 6 minutes ago? That'll be Mike's side. Mike's side will have posted that. He's the editor. And he gets paid to do that. And if you'd like to be an editor, or if you would like to try editing shorts for me, I got a second channel now, a Clips channel. So I'm always looking for somebody who wants a little extra side cash doing some editing. All right, here's Hathim for Korean Tariff Festival. I actually have 2 YouTube channels. I have the TheCardconomist, and I'm not posting anything over there. So I kind of wish I was. Here it is. But I don't even know what to do over there. I need a guy who's like clever and can just come up with stuff. You can also put shorts on schedule and have them released whenever you want. Florida's not a state you want to store collectibles, hurricanes, and floods. Yeah, that's what I've heard. I had this idea, though, about buying waterproof vaults. I don't know if that's a thing. Although you could waterproof the things inside of the vault, too. So, like, let's say you got a slab. You could put it in a waterproof baggie and then put that inside of a vault, whether the vault leaks or not, and just bolt the vault to a cement floor. Bada bing, bada boom. I don't think that's getting carried away by the hurricane. Looting, maybe, but then the looter's got to try and break into the vault, so without getting caught. Here we are. All right. So you probably could store a sizable collection in a couple waterproof vaults. Also, we're thinking about Jacksonville, Florida, where they don't get as many hurricanes and they're lighter in category. Did you restock the custom vintage packs? Yeah, they're almost sold out, though. Men floor. So anyways, those are some of my thoughts as you could get some waterproof vaults. Humidity is another issue. I don't know. They're in PSA slabs in air conditioning. Oh, picking up the turtle. Nice. He's not the hit in the box, though. Let's see. Here's this. You got Shark Cadet. Oh. I'd like to disappoint looters with the vault full of random Pokemon cards instead of gold and ammunition. We are. Ooh. Oops. Disappoint. I think you mean excite. All right. And some of these, they'd be like, oh, this is better than gold. Hello. All right. Very nice. Hathim with an H. Thank you, Hathim. Just have gold cards in the vault. If you put your collectibles in high places, you're good. Yeah, that's another thing. We thought about shopping for homes that are designed specifically to withstand all the elements. Arturo, let me get 2 solo leveling packs. Yes, sir. Let's go grab them. I got a bag. I got a rock. There's a rock. But, you know, it'd be interesting to live in Florida because they get the year-round warm weather. I like the winter a lot, and I like the feeling of the Midwest. You get like the antlers and the wolves and the foxes, and you get the certain types of pine trees. It's a very cool feeling. Actually, at this time of the year, it's like full bloom on all those cool trees. It's so beautiful out here. It's shocking. But there's downsides too, I guess. Not as much to do is probably my biggest complaint. Underdeveloped. Lake of the Ozarks is underdeveloped. We could move to like St. Louis. I don't like it there. It just feels like it's a crime-ridden place with... There's a couple activities, but they're all near the city, man. I don't like the St. Louis city. It's a crappy place. Yeah, there's upsides and downsides to St. Louis. It's like any Midwestern city almost. Like I might as well go to the Iowa's top big city. And then there's Texas. Texas is real good, I've heard. But, you know, I kind of like this idea of just moving over to Jacksonville on the East Coast. I feel like if I move over to Texas to the beach, I think I'd just be further south than I'd like to be. Most part of Jacksonville gets snow sometimes. Sure, I've heard of that. The north of... Here we are. All right, Arturo. So that's something we are really tempted by, and we're just kind of saving up money right now. We are. We're not sure if we want to sell these homes. We might try to keep them and just keep renting them. What's the company that prints solo level? It's called... It's like Multiverse. Mapniverse. There it is. All right, cool. Matthew Serrano, solo leveling, 2 boxes. All right, solo leveling, 2 boxes. These have been the hottest item on the menu. They're selling very fast. All right. Good. Ooh. I dropped my scissors. Just have gold cards in the vault. I live in Florida and hot all year. It's not great all the time. True. Although the northern part of Florida is a little nicer. If you're living in the southern part of Florida, it's real hot all year. And you probably do miss the winter sometimes. Here it is. The northern part of Florida is more mild. Also, the water in the ocean is a bit more cold. I noted that as well. Here we are. Very nice. Very good. Okay, solo leveling, super hot. People are buying tons of this. This is my #1 product in the last 2 days now. Okay. Shows there's definitely demand for this anime. Okay, rank E. All right, this is when he's a dweeb. Lame. Just stay behind me. I don't want you to get hurt. Oh, you got the same guy twice. How about that? I just got a text message from Kara. She says, I have insane ninja powers. I better start wrapping up, guys. We're 2 hours deep. That is pretty deep. I've noticed the daytime streams become a pretty big deal for me. We're getting lots and lots and lots of sales in the daytime stream. But I better wrap up. It is 7 p.m., guys. Now's the time to wrap up. Yeah, 2 hours of straight sales. No slowing down. Daytime streams crushing it, man. If we could just start the stream earlier in the night. I'm sorry, earlier in the day. We could really run it a longer time. Duck says, no, I'm hurt. I'm in Tampa and it was a crazy bad cold last year. Here we are. I don't mind the cold. I like the cold. Gives you a feeling of the time passing. The winters are very beautiful in Missouri. If you've never lived in a Midwestern state, the trees all lose their leaves in the fall. Really glorious, colorful fall with chilly breezes, but still a warm summer sun. And then it turns bitterly cold, and you feel there's like no humidity in the air. All the bugs are gone. All the animals are asleep. It's quiet. And then the snow comes, and it's just like, oh, so beautiful. So it's really nice. And Missouri gets its share of snow each year, snow and ice. But it's miserable sometimes, too. Like, when winter lasts too long, you're just sort of like, all right, I'm ready for the sun. Ready for the sun to come back. I missed the sun. We got Go Gun He. How do we know it's Go Gun He? Because it says so. So there's some pretty good chase pulls in this set, guys. You're looking for signature cards to pop out. And a lot of these cards are just sort of the same over and over until a signature pops out. That's what we're looking for. You're still alive. WTF? No, we're all done after this. Matthew Serrano going deep. If I made an order, that comes to the next stream. Yeah, we better get that in the next stream. We have a cutoff time. I can tell Karis is done working on her thing now. She's still texting me. What is she texting me? Skadoosh. She texted me Skadoosh. I am Steve. When I was a child, I yearned for the mines. Flint and steel. All right. Oh, I like this one, the Red Knight, huh? That's a cool one. Okay. Tell Karis you're with your real friends. Yeah, but you don't, we don't get naked together. It's not like that. Here's this. Here's this. Bunch of cold packs. How about a hot pack? Ah, here we are. All right. I can get naked. Oh, my God. Here's a hollow. Fine selection of packs here. It says Vance Refrigeration. Oh, my gosh. It's JD Vance. Here's this guy. Oh. Ah, look at that. Oh. All right. Mr. Matthew. I sometimes shower while I watch. That's very weird. That's all we need to know. No more than that. All right. That's 2 boxes. You did pick up the Red Knight full art. Very cool. So what about grading these? I wonder if any of these cards do really well graded. I bet you this card does well graded. This card looks decent too. Maybe this card. Okay, and here's our clearance cards. Those are pretty neat, right? The identity cards. That was for Matthew. Thank you, Matthew. You don't need a new bag, do you? The Red Knight's like 600. What? That's crazy, bro. You're tricking me. Solo leveling packs look so cool. They're selling, man. First time order? I didn't know it was your first time order. Bro. Here's a free pack of solo leveling. I'll put it in your bag. All right. Okay. Lots of new guys the last 2 days, by the way. That's a good thing. Okay. Good. You're going up into the MA box because your name starts with M followed by A. So Kendall Pelor, when we return, we'll start with your box of Elite Spark. Sorry about missing that. We also have Hathim and who's this? Matthew Lassing, 3 custom vintage packs. So we're going to get into all that when we come back tonight for the late night stream. Also, Efren Arriaga, who wants an English 151, or a couple of them it looks like. So that's where we're starting. We got 4 orders in the queue for the beginning of the next stream. I'll be back for the late night stream, very late actually. Typically, we start past 1 a.m. out here in Missouri. Maybe if you're lucky, I start early. I don't know. Depends on when Karis goes to bed, but it's the weekend, so she likes to stay up. So I'll see you guys then, okay? Congrats on 96,000 subscribers. We really hit 96? I want to see it. Took a while, huh? We are getting our subscribes, but they are slow, man. It takes a while. How do I look it up? Ah, here it is. It's in here, isn't it? 96,000. How cool, man. Got to thank Mike's site, of course. He contributes a lot. He helps me with the clips. Sometimes his clips do really well. But yeah, we were on our way. 4,000 to go, everybody. And then when we hit 100,000, we've got a big-ass giveaway. It's going to be a $5,000 giveaway because every 10,000 subscribers, we do a big giveaway. All right, see you later, everybody.